it's unfortunate that people can change something that was just pure innocent fun into drama.
Guys, looks like we've got another case of fell off at the enditis. I'm so disappointed again. I've been waiting for 23.5 forever, and I loved the first bunch of episodes. Although some parts were a bit dull, I still had fun. I've been waiting for a GL from GMM TV for so long, I was okay with it being slightly boring. But these recent episodes, the writing has really gone downhill. It started off great, but this is a pattern with a lot of romance series. The setup is exciting, with all the anticipation and different perspectives, but once the characters meet and you realize where things stand, things often start to decline. Sometimes, shows either lose their momentum, or become less enjoyable once the main couple gets together. It's supposed to be satisfying to see the couple you've been rooting for finally be official, but a lot of the time you get things like 23.5. They introduce weird conflicts and poor writing at the end just to drag out the story. They just keep writing for some reason. Some of these writers just can't maintain a compelling love story. If you really can't write more, maybe make shorter series. 8 eps done. Or maybe this isn't the job for you. I dunno. Firstly, something that has been discussed since earlier in the show, and it's becoming more and more evident as the series goes on, there isn't enough time spent on fleshing out the main characters. Ongsa and Sun are 23.5.
แกนโลกมันเอียง 23.5 องศาไง
And yes, I'm using a clip from the pilot trailer, because I still have an attachment to it. Anyways, I don't know enough about Sun, one of the two main characters mind you. The show seems to focus heavily on Ongsa, leaving little room for Sun's development. Typically, in shows like this, we alternate between perspectives to keep things engaging, and to flesh out both characters. That makes me emotionally connected to the romance. But with limited insight into Sun's character, I can't fully invest in their relationship. My attachment to Ongsa Sun stems mostly from waiting for them since 2022, rather than the show's ability to make me invested. While I do care about them, I'm not as obsessed as I expected to be. With 2 eps left, any attempt to delve into Sun's backstory now would feel rushed and unnatural. They've missed opportunities for Sun's character development, which can I say, could have been utilized instead of focusing on the boys of 23.5. I'm not interested in the male characters of the show at all. I was initially drawn to North and Night in the pilot trailer. I wasn't opposed to having a side BL couple in 23.5. Their storyline in that pilot got me. But I became even more intrigued when it was announced that their characters would be replaced with Aylin and Luna. For GMM TV's first GL, the focus should be on women. This is an important milestone for GMM TV, and women should be given the same attention and effort that has been given to their BL men for the past 8 years. However, I don't understand why North and Night were removed, only to introduce plotlines involving Tin, Marwin, and Tone. They not only take up unnecessary time but also interrupt scenes without adding anything meaningful.
เพื่อนๆชอบมองด้วยสายตาประหลาดแล้วก็ชอบล้อแล้วก็โดนแกล้งใช่ไหม
And now I want to sit back and relax and enjoy my evening. When all of a sudden I hear this agitating, grating voice.
I get that swapping out North Night was a bigger deal, since Aylin and Luna are the main second couple. Having the 3 boys around to add depth to the friendships would be fine, but their scenes don't add anything. I'd rather see more of Sun, Alpha, the teachers, and even more Aylin and Luna is necessary. If I could, I'd immediately swap out the boys' scenes for theirs. Let's discuss the outing scene at the end of Ep 10. Outings plural actually.
ตอนแรกพี่ลูน่าก็ชวนหนูกับองศาเหมือนกันค่ะแต่พอดีองศาเขาไม่อยากไปเป็นก้างขวางคอก็เลยไม่ได้ไปค่ะ
ตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่อะ
หนูว่าวันนี้แม่ทำกับข้าวอร่อยมากเลย
เอลินกับลูน่าเป็นแฟนกันองศากับแอลฟาไม่เห็นเล่าให้แม่ฟังเลยลูก
แล้วองศาลูกพ่อล่ะตอนนี้ล่ะมีแฟนแล้วหรือยัง
ก็ไม่มีหรอกค่ะหนูไม่มีหรอกแฟนอะ
เรา2 คนมีอะไรหรือเปล่า
หนูกับองศาเราไม่ได้เป็นแค่เพื่อนกันนะคะเราเป็นแฟนกันค่ะ
ซันทำไมพูดแบบนี้อะ
องศานั่นแหละทำไมทำกับเราแบบนี้อะ
Other than my immediate discomfort, the first thing I thought was how it seemed out of character for Sun. However, considering we know very little about her. Maybe it's not so out of character after all. Most of what we know about Sun revolves around her interactions with Ongsa, where she's portrayed as kind, understanding, and comforting. This scene though, made her seem unlikable, and showed her naivety and privilege. Then when I remember how trusting she was of a stranger on Instagram, in a way, it's consistent with what little we know about Sun. But, I feel this scene wasn't necessary, unless it leads to a well-written resolution where Sun learns from her privilege and naivety. With only 2 episodes left, and the preview for Ep 11, there's no time for development, especially considering how they've handled Sun so far. It feels like a typical last-minute conflict thrown in for drama's sake rather than thoughtful storytelling. I'm really tired of series throwing in outing plots at the end, without properly addressing how wrong it is. 23.5 can feel a bit preachy sometimes, with its lesson of the week type plots. It could be done more subtly, without so much telling and more showing. However, it's not terrible. In this case it would be useful. Maybe they'll surprise me and address the outing directly, but based on how past GMM TV shows have handled outing, I mean this isn't even the first outing scene in this show, and the last ones were completely brushed over, so I don't have much hope that this uncomfortable and out of place scene will be resolved in a way that justifies its existence. I talked about missed opportunities before. Let's revisit that with my favorite character, Aylin. As I said, the show tends to tell rather than show, and one thing I wish they outright said is that Aylin is autistic. It's pretty obvious from the beginning, in the script and View's acting. However, it wasn't explicitly stated, and I doubt it will be. Aylin's big scene in episode 10 was a perfect opportunity to address it, instead of just focusing on the bullying, which was predictable. Given that autistic people are more likely to be bullied, they could have delved deeper into it. And I wish Moin stayed out of it. Oh my god. I was literally arguing with him through my screen the entire time. Shut the fuck up. This is her moment. Why are you giving a whole speech on her behalf? Let Aylin talk. I love the hug scene though. One thing I didn't like in Ep 9 was Luna chasing Aylin for a hug. Considering Aylin's discomfort with touch, Luna was like Sun, always portrayed to be respectful of boundaries and understanding. So it felt like the show was trying to force Aylin to be human, know that she fell in love. The hug between Aylin and Ongsa Sun in episode 10 was better. When Aylin broke down I sobbed real tears. Initially, I wished it was an Aylin Luna moment, but the more I sit with it, I appreciate Aylin having that moment with her closest friends. It would have been perfect if they had explicitly stated Aylin's autism, but context makes it clear, at least to me. I don't think it's just a headcanon. They don't want to outright say it, and that's what sucks. The only other thing truly needed to make it perfect is Moin and Tun shutting their fucking trap. Oh my god, they pissed me off. Teacher Bambam and Teacher Nida really shine in this show. Every time they're on screen, it's fantastic. I just can't get enough of them. Old woman Yuri save me. That's it for now. Just 2 episodes left. Let's hope they're both amazing finales. But even if they're great, I doubt they can fix what already went wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in my next video. Bye my loves.